Sometimes I find myself stuck between trusting the process and figuring out what could go wrong. I don't know if I can call it that, but in a sick way, self-sabotage gives me a false sense of control, so I keep doing it. As I'm growing and learning, it's like I'm trying to put pieces together to make sense of things that are outside of my control. I am finding that I am more and more at peace when my emotions are regulated, because there's nothing more agitating to our nervous system than when things don't go as planned.
I don't know, it's very tricky because every single time I make a decision, I fully think about, if it makes sense, right? My friends will say that I'm very logical when it comes to decision making, but at the same time, when I reflect on like the big events that happen in my life, I've had instances where I've wanted a desired outcome so badly that when it didn't happen, I felt almost sick. It's that idea of being so attached that it kind of disrupts you a little bit. And I don't know if it means that I have control issues or not. It just depends on what you value, right? Like I think you hold certain things higher in your life than other things. And for me, I just want to make sure that the path that I'm following or what I'm engaging in is good and rewarding, I guess. So it could be like worry slash control, I don't know. And I guess when I'm using hypotheticals, it might be hard to fully understand what I'm saying. So I want to use maybe the example of relationships, the idea of falling for another person's potential. And they talk about potential like he could do so much or they could do so much and we could be this and we could be that. I think in general, potential is pretty much projecting what you would do if you were in that person's shoes, right? So it's not the reality. I've had to learn that the hard way, but people don't change for others. They only change for themselves. Like if you even think about it, like the way you are now, if you are okay with the person that you are, you can't sustain acting different from somebody else. You can't sustain that for too long. You can try to play the long game, right? And act like that person wants you to be for a while, but after a while, like your true self will come out. Like you can't, it's not sustainable. And whatever you believe in, whether it's God or the universe, you just have to trust that it's not working out with this person specifically because it might work out with somebody else. And so over the years, I've been dabbling with the idea of detachment and trying to pretty much live like unbothered. There's an author, her name is Melanie Robbins, and she describes it as the let them theory. And essentially, she pretty much said letting go of other people's expectations towards us and not wanting them to match our energy. The example that she gave is if you're in a committed relationship, you want to have steak for dinner, but your partner wants chicken for dinner. Why is that upsetting, or why are you getting so worked up over it? Just let people be people. And I think it's a bit tricky because us as humans, we're creatures that thrive in community and we want to feel seen and understood. So when you have that idea of letting people be themselves and having the people close to you make different decisions, it's kind of like contradictory to that idea of togetherness. I don't know, or maybe I'm thinking too deep about it. When things don't work out, I see it as a blessing, because if we could see in the future, we will be so thankful that things didn't work out in the past. I just always trying to see the positive in it and be grateful that it didn't work out, because I just know that something better is gonna happen, you know? But anyway, I might be having a crisis, I don't know.